Hello, and welcome to a video where I want to cover THETA token. THETA has been flying in the past couple of days, and I just want to take a quick look as to why. If you like this video, please leave a like. It really helps us out and doesn't take you too much time, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Without further ado, jumping right into why THETA is doing so well, let's just look at the graph. This is ever since it got listed on Binance, which is very recently. And you can see it had a massive spike of up to 60% increase in price. There you go. And currently is at around 40% increase in price valuation. And what's going on? Well, I want to talk about that in just 1 second. Well, what I want to do is cover why, I guess, before I'm going to cover what the explosion is all about. And, firstly, a listing on Binance, that's huge. Binance is obviously one of the large exchanges. I think currently it's the largest exchange by trade volume. So any Binance listing is going to be huge, but that doesn't always make prices soar. Not always. So let's dive a little bit deeper and see as to why. Jumping into the THETA competition, that's pretty big. Once again, it's pretty usual though, so this doesn't quite explain why it's taken off in such a big way, and why I actually think it has a potential to continue taking off in such a big way. Well, the THETA competition is 7-day based off of trading volume, which is pretty standard for giveaways and pretty standard for competitions. But whoever wins it gets a whole lot of THETA. So as you can see right here, they are giving away a large gift to whoever wins the THETA, and that is what it was valued at until it jumped up 60% in valuation. So now it's worth 60% more. So that is pretty huge. This giveaway is very generous, and I think that's one reason why the price has shot up a lot, because to trade a lot of it, you can't trade a lot of it if you don't own a lot of it, so people are buying, that way they can sell. So I think we're going to see a really volatile price fluctuation in that. Looking at the market cap, you can see ever since its initial listing, we have not seen highs of this high in terms of market cap, and in terms of price, we are damn high. So this is the highest market cap pretty much it's ever had, at 164,000, or excuse me, million US dollars. But in terms of price valuation, you can see we're at the same price pretty much in USD as its all-time high right here. You can see we're very close to that all-time high. In terms of Bitcoin, we are at an all-time high because Bitcoin is lower than it was back in the January months. So we're really seeing it kind of take a comeback. Also looking at the price chart without this jump up here, you notice during this entire bear period we've had, Theta's actually remained relatively stable. And I think that's a big thing to be aware of, and I think another big reason why the price has shot up so much. Because the price has been so stable in a bear market, we're seeing most crypto's price go down. We're seeing this one go up. That really shows confidence in this cryptocurrency. And there's reason for it. The reason for it, I'm going to jump over to here, is what they're doing and their team and advisors. Their advisors are very impressive, which I want to jump into. But first, what is THETA? THETA is, to keep it short, a cryptocurrency that takes excess data that your computer is putting out and converts it into THETA tokens to help others stream. So essentially, if you're sleeping or not using your streaming service, not using all of your bandwidth, excuse me, THETA then converts that into THETA tokens that it gives to you, and you can use those, and it takes that bandwidth and gives it to people who need it more to improve other people's video quality. So the idea is using when other people have excess, giving it to people who have less. So this is great if everyone in one half of the world is sleeping, all of their bandwidth can go over to the other half of the world, and vice versa, in addition to just people who have worse internet. So it's a great idea, but here's what's really impressive is the advisory council. We have a lot of people like CTO at Smart Wallet right here. We have these are some pretty big names. So we have a founder of CoinMarket. We have a founder of, I've never pronounced this correctly, but a pretty large capital company. Founder of Rippo and founder of Elf, which are two other cryptocurrencies that I'm actually quite bullish on for 2018, which I will get into in another video. And here's the really impressive board, right? Because this is the advisory council for the blockchain specifically. But for the advisors, we have the co-founder of YouTube, Plays.tv, co-founder of Twitch. And, I think those are the most impressive, especially for video and streaming service. I mean, that's pretty huge if you ask me. That really does show that this project is well looked after. If you look at it this way, these are people putting their names and putting their backing behind this crypto. So it makes sense that it's taken off, and that's why I think it has much more potential to take off than it does. Because right now, it's only at $164 million market cap. That can definitely go up. Another big thing, and this is something I want to talk about, is the Testnet launches this month, which is huge. Testnet usually leads to very volatile price action, usually in upward direction, unless it doesn't work well, in which case leads the coin to crash. So assuming that the Testnet goes well, or excuse me, I was talking about mainnet, but Testnet's very similar. Assuming that the Testnet goes well, which I'm assuming it will, given, as I said, the advisor board seems to know what they're doing, at least from a video perspective. I don't know about the technical perspective because it's hard to look at the GitHub fully. But in terms of the background of the people backing it, I would say that the Testnet is very bullish for this coin, very bullish for this crypto, and that's another big reason why we've seen such massive price increases. One thing I did want to talk about, well, this is one thing I want to talk about. Also, it's been very hyped. This is something I forgot about, but it has been very hyped in the crypto space. So the Reddit is quite active. In addition to that, it's been hyped in a lot of different Discords and Telegrams. I know there's been a lot of buy signals sent out by those Telegram signal groups and a lot of people talking about it in other Discords. And hype obviously leads to increase in price, because the more the hype, the higher the buys and the price goes up. That's how crypto works. So we're seeing a lot of hype. And going back to what I was saying here, something I actually thought was really interesting is we've seen some massive volume spikes in Theta, but if you go over here, we are seeing the same volume spikes as when it first got released, right here, which is pretty damn impressive. And this volume increase has really been very showing of the price. And you can see here, we had a little bit of a come down in terms of how much volume is going into it. And if we look at our CMF here, you can tell really there is less volume than there appears. You can see by that tiny line that there really is less volume than there appears to be. The volume really has just been going down lately. That being said, if you look, there's still plenty of it. CMF is not just volume, obviously. It's an indicator, but we don't need to get into CMF. But, if you're looking at the price, I do think that Theta definitely has potential room to grow quite a lot, especially given that if we look at it like this, 30 minutes, it's kind of making a flag once again. And I know it kind of made a flag here and then went down. This isn't really a flag because it just went down. But right here we are kind of making a flag, and it does have potential to go up. Then again, we also saw a double bottom right here. So we could see, as it is possible, a triple bottom as well. So we could see kind of this action. And this inverse head and shoulders wouldn't be great for it, except that it came from an upward source, so it wouldn't actually be inverse head and shoulders, so it would not be going down. If it went here, it would then be going back up. Or it could flag right here, as it has been doing, and then go up like this. I do see, because hype really does lead to an increase in price, and that sort of hype will lead to a continued increase in price, especially the volume, and that green candle we see right here shows very bullish movement for Theta. And that is my coverage as to why Theta is doing so well right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you found this video even a little bit helpful, or leave a comment in the descriptions if you did or didn't, or anything in between. As always, check out all the links below. Have a great day, guys.